Hi, if you'd like to learn Japanese grammar the easy way, then stick around as we work through the Minna no Nihongo Beginner 1 Grammar series. And remember, there are printable worksheets available in the description below. それでは始めましょう. This is Japanese Made Easy with Minna no Nihongo, Lesson 2. The grammar points we'll be learning today are this and that, as in this is a kitten. We'll learn a specific this and that, as in that cat is cute. We'll learn to say that's right with so desu, or that's wrong with so ja arimasen. We'll learn to ask, is it this or that, with in one desu ka, in two desu ka. We'll learn advanced no particle rules, including how to change a noun into an adjective with the no particle, as in a computer book. And lastly, we'll learn to say I see or is that so with so desu ka. Let's get started. The first grammar point in Lesson 2 is this and that. To say this in Japanese, we say kore. Kore means this thing near the speaker, or this thing near me. In the first example sentence, we'd like to say, this is a cat. Kore is the topic of the sentence. Kore wa neko desu. When I was first learning, I was very tempted to say neko wa, but neko is not the topic of the sentence. Kore is, because we're defining what kore is, what this is. So, kore is our topic. Next we have sore. Sore is that thing near you, or that thing near the listener. In the second example, we have, that is a dog. And if we look at the cartoon, we see that the dog is next to the listener. So we would say, sore wa inu desu. Sore wa inu desu. Lastly, we have are. Are means that thing away from both the speaker and the listener, or that thing away from us. In the third example, we have, that is a star. Star is hoshi in Japanese. So, are wa hoshi desu. Are wa hoshi desu. The second grammar point for Lesson 2 is a specific this and that. As in, this cat is cute. To specify a specific noun, we'll use kono. Kono means this specific thing near me, or this specific thing near the speaker. For the first example, the topic of the sentence is this cat. So to say this cat, we say kono neko. Kono neko. Kono comes before a noun. Kono neko wa kawaii desu. Kono neko wa kawaii desu. Next we have sono. Sono means that thing near you, or that thing near the listener. We can see in the cartoon that the speaker is saying sono inu. Sono inu means that dog. That dog is the topic of our second example sentence. Sono inu wa watashi no desu. Watashi no means mine. Sono inu wa watashi no desu. Lastly, we have ano, which means that thing far away from both you and the listener. We'd like to say, that star is small. Ano hoshi is our topic. Ano hoshi wa chisai desu. Ano hoshi wa chisai desu. The Japanese song of the day is Sanction, Shin Takarajima. Shin Takarajima is a pop song. It has a lot of colors, a lot of dancing, and it has a really catchy beat. I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. And if you enjoyed these videos, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Thank you. For the next grammar point, we'll be learning to say that is right or that is wrong. To say that's right in Japanese, we say so desu. So desu. To say that's wrong, we say so ja arimasen. So ja arimasen. Imagine that we're asked the question, is this a dog? This is the topic of the sentence. Kore wa inu desu ka? Kore wa inu desu ka? We can see in the cartoon drawing that it is in fact a dog, so we could reply, Hai. So desu. Hai. So desu. We can also see that the dog says, one. Alternatively, we could say, no, that's not right. Iie, so ja arimasen. And we can see in the drawing that the dog is turned into a cat. Nya. An alternate way to say that's wrong is chigaimasu. Chigaimasu is a verb meaning wrong, to be wrong. It may seem a little harsh, but this is very common in Japanese. You can just say chigaimasu for wrong. For the fourth grammar point, we'd like to say, is it this or that? To do that, we follow the sentence pattern, in one desu ka? In two desu ka? In one and in two just mean nouns. For the example sentence, we have, is this a dog or a cat? This is the topic of the sentence, so, kore wa inu desu ka? Neko desu ka? This is really two complete sentences where we have removed the topic from the second half. Kore wa inu desu ka? Neko desu ka? Is this a dog or a cat? You can see that in the cartoon we've begun to use kanji. For now, the kanji will be limited to the drawings on the side. Although you don't have to memorize these kanji, it is useful to look at them as you'll begin to memorize their meaning before you know how to write them. The fun quiz for the day is, Sore wa inu desu ka? Neko desu ka? Sore wa inu desu ka? Neko desu ka? The key to this question is understanding sore. If we look at the drawing, we can see that there is both a cat and a dog, but we are asking about sore. The person on the left is speaking, and the person on the right has a dog next to her. Sore wa inu desu ka? Neko desu ka? If you answered inu desu, you are correct. It's inu desu because sore means the thing near the listener. So, sore wa is inu. Sore wa inu desu. For the fifth grammar point, we'll be learning advanced no particle rules. First is a review. We'd like to say N1 owns N2. So, noun 1 owns N2. In the example sentence, we'll say, this is my book. Kore is our topic, so kore wa watashi no hon desu. Kore wa watashi no hon desu. The second grammar point is N2 is about N1. Let's look at the example. That is a computer book. Are is our topic. Computer no hon desu. Computer no hon desu. So we're not literally saying that the book belongs to the computer, but rather that the computer is the topic of the book. Minna no Nihongo describes this as N2 is about N1, and if you read it in that way, it's fine. But it is a little bit confusing for me personally to look at it as the first rule is N1 owns N2, and the second rule is N2 is about N1. It's backwards. So I personally like to think of it as computer's book. We know that the computer doesn't own the book. It's obvious that the book is about computers. That's just how I remember it. You can use whatever method is best for you. Remember, we're learning Japanese, and trying to shoehorn in English grammar rules won't work. So it's best just to develop an understanding of what the no particle is actually doing. Technically, what's happening here is the no particle is turning computer into an adjective. It's changing from a noun into an adjective. So we're not actually talking about a computer, we're talking about a book that can be described by the noun computer. And we turn that noun into an adjective with the no particle. So, あれはコンピューターの本です. The next point is that we can drop into when obvious. Let's look at the first example. Whose bag is that? あれ is our topic. あれは誰のカバンですか? 誰 is who. Whose bag? 誰のカバン. We'd like to say, it is Sato-san's. And to do that, we can say, あれは Sato-san no desu. あれは Sato-san no desu. We don't have to say, Sato-san no kaban desu. We can say Sato-san no kaban desu, but it's not required of us. This is also how we say mine. It's watashi no. We don't have to say watashi no kaban desu. Lastly, we can't drop into under a special circumstance. We can't drop into when it means a person, such as employee. Let's look at the example. Is Sato-san a Sony employee? Sato-san wa, Sato-san is our topic, Sony no shain desu. Sato-san wa Sony no shain desu ka? Sony no means Sony's employee. Sony no shain means Sony's employee. And we could reply, Hai, Sony no shain desu. We cannot say, Hai, Sony no desu, because that would literally mean, yes, Sony's. In this case, shain is the most important part of the sentence. Hai is employee. Hai, shain desu. But that doesn't really mean that he's Sony's employee, does it? So we have to specify, Sony no shain desu. If this is confusing while you're trying to build sentences, just include the noun after no always. It's fine to do that. Just know that native speakers might not always do this. Another point I wanted to make is that Sony is written with a character you may not have seen before. That's the hyphen there, the dash after ni. In hiragana, we write out so, ni, i. But in katakana, there's a special character which means to extend the vowel of the previous character. So, ni, and then extend ni. So, ni. The final grammar point for lesson 2 is I see, or is that so? To say I see, or is that so, we say so desu ka. So desu ka. Let's look at the conversation. Is this umbrella yours? Kono kasa wa anata no desu ka? And here we have anata no, which means yours, or anata no kasa in full. Person 2 says, no, that's not right. Iie, chigaimasu, or Iie, so ja arimasen. And lastly, person 1 wants to say, I see. And they would say, so desu ka? So desu ka? Or, is that so? So desu ka is used when there is new information received by the listener. So desu ka? Is that so? Moving on to the lesson 2 conversation practice. Santos is having a conversation with Yamada-san. Santos has just moved into a new apartment. Yamada is his neighbor. Santos knocks on Yamada's door. Hai, donata desu ka? Yes, who is it? Santos replies, I'm Santos from 408. 408 no Santos desu. Literally, 408's Santos. Yamada-san opens the door and Santos says, Konnichiwa, Santos desu. Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Hello, I'm Santos. It's nice to meet you. Yamada says, Kochira koso yoroshiku. It's my pleasure. But literally, I am the one who should be saying that. Santos says, kore wa hono kimochi desu. This is for you. Yamada says, domo, nan desu ka? Thanks, what is it? Santos says, Kohi desu, dozo. It's coffee, here you go. Yamada-san thanks him by saying, Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. You made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much. I'm working every day to bring the quality of these videos up higher. They're not where I want them to be right now, but I'm working to get them there. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope to see you in the next video. Ja, mata ne.